Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on, everybody out there in the sports world? It's your favorite sports podcast. You don't know the name? Let me put you on game. It's the Zone Sports Podcast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm one half of your host, your boy Big V. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got my guy over here, my other half of the guest. Let the
Yeah.
people know who you is, my guy.
What's up, man? It's your boy COOLC. You know what I'm saying? Never dating the floozy. Yo, it's your boy COOL. Always wondering what the hell. Yo, it's your boy Corey. Never telling the same old time story. For those out there in YouTube land and catching us on video, got a sound for you. Just for you. Just for you. Out back. Big Vito. You know what? Just tell people who we sponsored by, man. We got to get big. But tell the fine folks of this lovely fine podcast who we are sponsored by.
Man, we sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. You know what I mean? Yo, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Yes, sir.
This episode will be out Thanksgiving morning. By now, y'all probably watching us. We appreciate y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Listen, man. You know, Thanksgiving, it brings up the sport of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every year. Every year. If you don't think football during Thanksgiving time, you might have to check your pulse. You know what
It's
I mean?
synonymous. It's synonymous with Thanksgiving, bro.
Got to. You know what I mean? But Corey,
Yeah.
I want to fast forward past Thanksgiving.
Uh-oh.
I want to fast forward past Thanksgiving today, Corey.
Okay.
And you know what I want to get into? I want to get into Saturday. Michigan versus Ohio State. You know what time it is. Y'all know how I give it up. Michigan Wolverines. Ooh. Y'all know what we did last year. I'm jumping right into it, Corey. I'm jumping right into it. You know who I got? You know who I got.
I know who you got already.
But do you, though? Let me slow my roll.
Let's see. You root for Michigan, so I'm going to say that you got Michigan winning. But then again, you're about like me in the pessimism category when it comes to your sports teams. You know what? I thought I knew, but now you just created enough reasonable doubt. But in basketball, you saying Ohio State is going to win would be equivalent to me saying, or you saying that Duke is going to beat Carolina in Carolina basketball. While in some cases that may be true, I don't think you could bring yourself to say it. You're not going to say it. You got Michigan. I know you got Big V. Don't do this, bro. Don't do this. Yeah, he playing with me. It's all good. It's all right.
Corey,
Here we go.
Corey.
Come on, man.
Corey. We have a job.
Come on, man.
Corey, we have a job. We have a job to do, Corey.
But you can let your fandom get in a little bit, though. Come on, Big V.
Corey.
All right.
I want to tell the people, I'm trying to get this podcast on a major network here. I'm trying to get some major backing behind this sports podcast. And Corey, the only way I know how to do that is to be real with the zoners. We have built this cult following of being real with the zoners, Corey. We have built this podcast of compartmentalizing our fandom and really bringing people the stats and our feelings. And it has been an amazing marriage, Corey.
Yeah. Respect.
So, Corey, let me compartmentalize my fandom and bring the people of the Zone Sports Podcast the mere other facts of it, Corey. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Now let's be real. We all know Ohio State owns the record when it comes to this rivalry. We all know that.
Yeah.
We all know that, right? But We all know what happened last year, too, don't we, Corey?
Yes, we do. Oh,
we all know what happened last year,
it
don't
was
we?
a beautiful Saturday.
It was a beautiful Saturday, wasn't it, Corey? It was a beautiful Saturday.
Yeah.
And Michigan pulled off that W against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, Corey. But I got to give the facts to the people. And the fact of the matter is, if you didn't see the Michigan game this past Saturday against Illinois, we look terrible. Let me start there. We look terrible. Tight game against Illinois. But Illinois always manages to push us a little bit, Corey. I ain't gonna lie, a little history.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's still a conference opponent. It ain't like you're playing Toledo or somebody like that.
And just to be fair to Illinois, they do have a winning record. Let's be fair. Maybe not, may not be a ranked opponent, but they are a formidable opponent nonetheless.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, I got some news that happened out of that game.
Okay.
For the people out there in the Zone Sports Podcast land, the zoners out there, Michigan, my Michigan Wolverines, we lost our running back Saturday, Corey. We lost our number one running back on Saturday. Oh, this is breaking news to you too then. Yes. Yeah. Our number one running back got injured on Saturday, Corey, against Illinois. He would not be playing this game. And rumor has it may be a leg break. We don't know. It's just rumors. We don't know. But but what we do know is he would not be taking the field in this major rivalry, Corey. Let me put this in perspective for you too, Corey. That man had over 250 touches this season. You want to know the best?
That's a major catalyst to your
program, before you say let me give you some more perspective on why it's a bigger O. The backup only had 80 something. Just some comparison for you on how much we utilize that number one back.
Yeah.
Corey, I'm gonna tell you, I was all in on Michigan winning this thing up until Saturday, Corey, until our number one back got hurt. At this point, Corey, I have to compartmentalize my fandom and say, yo, I have Ohio State winning this game on Saturday, Corey. And I'm gonna give you my score, by the way. I'm gonna go. And Michigan, my Michigan fans, please don't crucify me. I have a job to do for my Zone Sports Podcast people out here. Y'all know I'm a fan, but I'm just looking at the realism of it. We didn't look too sharp on Saturday, and we lost our key back on Saturday. We needed him. I'm gonna go Ohio State 24-17.
Okay. That's respectable. So I think I got some good news for you, man. I'm going to make you and the rest of Wolverine Nation feel a hell of a lot better.
Oh, before you say that too, Corey, what little known stat too that everybody should know. This is the first time since 2006 that both teams have met undefeated.
Yeah. I can't wait. And I'm disappointed at Fox. This is a Fox game. I know Fox normally do Big Ten. Why in the hell is this game on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
Corey,
I mean, you can mess around last week because I'm thinking like, okay, well, they don't want to compete against ABC because normally ABC got that 8 o'clock quote unquote game of the week. But you had UCLA and USC on at 8 o'clock. Like this game would roll any. I haven't even looked at all the games going to be on in that time slot at 8 o'clock or basically 7:30. But if there was ever a time to have a nighttime game for Fox, this is it.
Corey, why? And even if
I don't get it,
even if we couldn't book the 8 o'clock game because of the West Coast time thing, you know what I mean? Why are we not on at 3:30?
At least 3:30, bro. I don't get it,
Corey.
I don't get it.
They're not even giving me time to go get my wings.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even go up the street and place an order because as soon as I wait, I'm gonna be up early, of course, but it's a 3:30 game. We all know 3:30 is the prime time slot for the big games on the college football scale. We know that. I don't even know why this is the 12 o'clock game, Corey. I have no clue. And I just found it out today.
I'm still eating brunch at 12 o'clock. Okay. I get up late on the weekends. Like, I think that's ridiculous. But enough about me blabbering about that. Let me give you a little bit of good news. Okay. So you talk about how vulnerable Michigan looked against Illinois this week. Well, you want to know who else looked vulnerable with their respective opponents? Ohio State. Ohio State.
They did. They had trouble with Maryland. They did. You're right.
They had troubles with Maryland. And Maryland, just like Illinois, is one of them teams. You better make sure you put your big boy pants on. While they may not be getting ready to win a division or a playoff run, they could definitely end some runs, right? And so I'm flipping back and forth on that Ohio State-Maryland game.
Yeah.
And the final score, let me get my lie straight. The final score was 43-30. You may say, oh, well, Corey, well, they rolled them by 13 points. Well, I wouldn't quite consider that score, they rolling.
That score doesn't tell how tight it was at all. No.
Bingo. Because almost at the end of the game, Ohio State had a fumble recovery, a scoop and score, as we call them. That's what made that score bigger than what it is. So I'm not the best mathematician, but all I know is you take 7 from 43, you add that up, and you add that to 30. That's how many points that Ohio State really beat Maryland. I'm going to give a little bit more good news.
Okay.
Now, when I'm thinking about positions, be it in college or the NFL, I think of transitional positions that are easy to step into, right?
Okay.
And when I think of a position that could flow from college to NFL and the degree of difficulty, not saying that I could do it, but I think of quarterback as being probably one of the most difficult positions to slide into. I could also go to college when a quarterback goes down and you got to play the backup. Well, with the exception of Alabama with the Jalen Hurts and Tua era or whatnot. You know, I tend to think about, what's another position? Wide receiver, okay. All right, I give you that. Wide receiver, you got little routes and things of that nature. But to me, in my opinion only, based off a little bit of history, the easiest position to step into offensively is running back. I think y'all guys are going to be fine, even though I just learned about this news. Now, I do understand that your guy had 3 billion touches and stuff. I get all that. And I do also understand the fact that there's a reason why the backup is a backup. Now, unlike the NFL, why is his backup a backup? Hell, I don't know. Is he a true freshman? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. That's your squad. But I'll say this. When cats step up, they can step up. And if there was ever a position that I wanted someone to get injured at, which I don't want any injuries, but if we had to do that whole next man up mentality, I would want it to be at running back. So that being said, ESPN and the good old folks down at Vegas have Ohio State. Let's see, what's the line on Ohio State? 7.5 points.
Okay.
Now, in NFL, I ain't no gambling guy, but I do follow it quite a bit. In the NFL, that's huge. That's like saying your team stinks. You know, if whoever you playing against is putting up a 7.5 point spread. Oh, but not in college. Do you see the number of lines in college in regards to how big the point spread is? Look at Alabama play. You can have Alabama playing Clemson, this year's Clemson team, and the point spread will be at least 14. You can look at other squads that you even played against. Average point spread, 14, 21. Hell, in some cats, daggone 30 points point spread. They only favoring Ohio State by 7.5 points, knowing what you just told us. I got Michigan. They're going to do it again. But I got y'all by 7.
Woo!
I got Michigan Wolverines by 7. I get it. I know they playing in Ohio State. I understand. I know where they playing at. I got you.
And Ohio
Michigan
State without our running back.
Michigan by 7.
Woo!
Michigan by 7. Michigan by 7. If your quarterback went down, that's a whole different ball game. I'm not worried at all. We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're good, Big V.
I hope he's right. I hope he's right.
We all right.
We all right?
We all right, Big Vito?
Fair enough. You heard it from Corey here. You know what I mean? He got Michigan by TD. Yep. I'm a Michigan guy, but I'm taking Ohio State just based off the statistics, man. Just based off the statistics.
I hope I made you feel better, man. We all right, Big V?
You kind of did. Jim
Harbaugh is still my guy, so I still root for him. That's my guy.
Okay.
We all right. I say we because I'm for the Jim Harbaugh Association. We all right.
You know, I think you came dressed for this next topic, Corey. I think you're giving off your answer to the next topic, but I may be surprised. I don't know, because this is a tough one, Corey. I mean, you know, a lot of people hit me up last week, Corey, on my phone, and they saw the Sean Kemp and Vince Carter.
They like that.
They like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked it myself. I watched it back then.
That's a hell of a topic. Kudos.
It was a hell of a topic, man. I don't. This one might push the limit too, Corey.
Let's do it then,
ladies and gentlemen. We gotta, you know, this just came to me out of the blue. I don't even know why I even brought this to the table to even discuss, but I do know why I bought it. I don't know how it came to me. We are going to discuss who was the better passer. And I know when we say this first name, you think that it's automatically going to be an automatic win. But if you know your basketball knowledge, it ain't as easy a win as some of you may think.
Yeah.
Who was the better passer, Corey?
Yeah.
Between Magic Johnson and Mark Jackson.
Is it my go? Am I going for,
Corey, let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know your thoughts, man. Even though I think just based off how you dress, I'm gonna assume you think Magic was the better passer.
You know what? Your assumption is correct. However, it is a lot closer than what you think, because history sometimes, even though I grew up watching the NBA during the 90s, and I forgot how dope Mark Jackson is, right? And I don't think he gets enough credit for his point guard abilities while he was playing. And I get it. The competition was tough. You're dealing with John Stockton. You know, you're dealing with all these phenomenal point guards that seem to have came out of nowhere. And it is extremely close. This is not by any means saying that this is a landslide, because it's not. But you know what I did, Big V?
What did you do?
I refreshed my memory.
Okay.
I went back on YouTube and I watched some Mark Jackson passing mixtapes. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. That motherfucker is awesome.
He bad, ain't he? He bad.
Bad. And I'm going to tell you another passer, and I ain't going to get too far off topic, who's way lesser known. White Chocolate Pauls, a.k.a. Jason Williams.
I knew you was going to say that.
He was more during the 2000s era. That dude was bad, but let me stick to the script here. And you're going to say, well, Dad, you're giving Mark Jackson all this praise. Yes, I am giving him all this praise. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what Mark Jackson, in passing, is a victim of.
Okay.
Because when I look at Mark Jackson and his passing, it reminds me of Magic Johnson.
It does.
It reminds me of Magic Johnson. And so when we start having these top 5 or top 10 or whoever debates of who's the better basketball player between Michael Jordan and LeBron, well, there's another player who was basically Michael Jordan 2.0. Hint, hint, he played for this squad that got overlooked, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
So I look at that to say that I think their styles was extremely similar. And I think that Mark Jackson was heavily inspired by Magic Johnson. So when I go to these types of comparisons, I always go to the pioneers or whoever I saw do it first. Yeah. And honestly, had Mark Jackson started playing back in the early 80s, like Magic Johnson did, I would probably be saying Mark Jackson, but he didn't. But again, I got to give kudos to you for reminding me and making me aware of how dope Mark Jackson is. This is not lopsided, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be crystal clear with that. I'm on some 1A and 1B type of deal when it comes to this guy. But yeah, when I see him, he reminds me of Magic Johnson, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, who better person than to emulate on the court than daggone Irvin Magic Johnson, okay? But that's it. It's the decade, it's the time in between the two that separates them. But yeah, you're right. Again, we seen what Kobe did, we seen it with Michael Jordan. What we seen with Mark Jackson, we seen it done with Magic Johnson. That's it. But it's way closer. It really is. It really. What say you? I'm telling you.
I gotta agree with you. Man, Magic, it's the reason why they call it the Showtime Lakers, man. It wasn't the Showtime Pacers. It wasn't the Showtime Knicks. Yeah, this is no shade to Mark Jackson. We are bringing this up because we love Mark Jackson. We respect what he did for the game. Mark Jackson passing abilities was out of this mind. Do you hear me?
Awareness is sick.
But you know what? I will say this though. I think he made it look a little cooler than
Magic Johnson.
I think he made it look a little cooler.
Okay.
He did it. Where's Mark Jackson from? Is he from up north?
He gotta be, because I know he played for St. John's. Let me look at it. Hold on. Because he's from, I got it. Matter of fact, I got this page put up right here.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, no, he's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
There you go. He's from Brooklyn. He's born in Brooklyn.
And that's why
Wikipedia.
And that's maybe why. That may be why, why I think he kind of made it look a little cool. I don't know. We all know that just holistically speaking, sometimes where you're from determines your style and how you carry yourself. And Mark brought that up north playground flavor to the game. You understand what I'm saying? He was out there.
I could easily see him playing at the Rucker. I could easily see him playing at the Rucker back then.
He was on some skip to my loose shit, Corey.
Yeah.
You feel me what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
He made it. He was out there making it. He was shimmying a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he always did that.
He did that. Like, Magic really wasn't shimmying. He was really on some no look doing that. But Mark no look was on some shimmy, no look type. It was like shimmying and passing at the same time on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Mark passing, it was Magic inspired, but it was his own thing too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. He flipped it.
He flipped it though. He flipped and he pizzazzed it. He gave it that sauce, as the kids would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Magic sauce it was more professional sauce. It was more, I'm gonna hit you with the no look, and it was a different no look. It was he was really looking down here and throw it in the stands on you. He had the ultimate court vision.
No doubt.
Mark had that. The guy in the hood that could just do everything on the court.
Yep.
And you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro. We went to high school with a guy, and I grew up with him, and I want to give him a shout out because I never seen nobody pass the ball like Miko Heath back in the day.
Oh, D'Amico, yeah, man.
Yo, real talk. Yeah. I gotta tag him. Yo, shout out to D'Amico Heath, bro.
Yeah.
To this day, I never played with anybody, and I mean, from the time he played at Teachers Memorial up until the time he played at Kinston High School, that boy court vision was insane, bro. Like he loved Penny Hardaway back in the day. He kind of always wanted to mimic his basketball style, in my opinion, behind Penny Hardaway. But his court vision, looking back, it was more on some Mark Jackson. Like Miko didn't care about scoring. He was all about assisting the ball. And
he was so fast, bro.
He was fast. And if you wasn't ready for the pill when he dished it, you missed it. His court vision was insane.
That's
to
right.
this day. One of the best point guards ever, probably the best point guard I ever played with in my life. But he had that kind of that pizzazz too. He had that sauce with it. Because he would drop step on you. They hit you with like, and that's what Mark Jackson was bringing to the game. Like, he was drop stepping and doing all that. Magic wasn't drop stepping, Corey. Magic wasn't doing that in the 80s, early 90s. Mark Jackson was, for the people that like Corey did, go on YouTube and put in Mark Jackson.
You gotta watch. It's close. It's real close.
This argument would really make so much more sense if you wasn't there like we were there. We was there and we saw it. I'm gonna give Magic the upper hand because he was first. He was the originator. But I gotta give Mark Jackson.
You're right though.
He gotta be the.
It's close.
He might be the sauce god. He might be one of the first sauce guys in the NBA, Corey.
You ain't getting no arguments from me, that's for sure.
They wasn't passing it like Mark, Corey, back in the 90s. They wasn't.
Mark was tough.
After Magic left, they wasn't doing it like Mark. You had Stockton. Stockton was just passing the ball. He didn't have that sauce Mark had.
You better have a swivel on your head, and you better always be looking for that ball when Mark Jackson's on the court.
I promise.
You don't know when he's gonna give it to you.
Oh my God, man! So salute, man. Hey, we're gonna go with Magic as the better passer, of course. But man,
it's close though.
Mark was his own thing too, man. Salute to Mark.
It's
Jackson,
close,
and Magic Johnson, man. God, man, Mark had to be the sauce guy. He had to be the first sauce guy, man.
No doubt.
Corey, we're gonna keep it on NBA real quick.
Love the NBA,
and we're not even gonna spend too much time on this subject.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, do you think when Allen Iverson was playing, did he give Philly too much time of his career?
Woo! You could argue. You could argue that some of his best years during his prime was wasted over there. Because the loyalty aspect to certain players, i.e. a Damian Lillard, you know, I think it boils down to what you want out of your career. And it's a shame that AI don't have a championship. And I think that I think if you're asking him, I think he's one of those guys where it's like, man, however it turns out and however it turns out. Like the fact that Allen Iverson is so revered, even the way he is right now without a championship, I think he would tell you, I'm good. As a person who rooted for Allen Iverson to get at least one chip, I would have loved if he would have gotten with a team to at least he's a guy who deserved to have at least one ring. Just
at least one.
One.
Yeah.
And to have him not just only be on the team, but as Charles Barkley and the guys would say, be the bus driver on it. And the fact that he did what he did with Philly, basically by himself, like I think he should have. Yes, I think he should have. I think he should have. But he's Philly to the core. And I think that had a whole lot to do with it. But yeah, I think he should have left. What say you? I think he should have left.
I think he should have left too. You know, we love, you know, we love him, man. We love Allen Iverson, and we wish he would have got a chip. But when you are, and this is no disrespect to the players I'm getting ready to name, but you're not going to win a chip with Tyrone Hill and Eric Snow. That wasn't a big three at all.
Sure ain't.
It
sure
wasn't.
Not.
And at one point, they had Jerry Stackhouse, and I don't think him and Allen Iverson saw eye to eye for whatever reason. I don't know. But, you know, we you know, they didn't bring in any help after that, in my opinion. They just didn't. They never got him the help he needed. They never added any, like, great big man or shit, any four for that matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. They just depend on him dropping fucking 45 points a night as a fucking 6'1" guard.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro. No, he should have been left, and I just hate the fact that he didn't get a chip. That's it. Ain't no secret. He should have left. He gave him too much. I don't know. I'm not even sure how many seasons he spent in Philly, but I do know it was too long. Too long.
It was. I mean, it was a lot, and I feel for him, man. I really do. And he'll be the type. I don't know him personally, but I mean, he'll be the type. Hey, man, don't feel for me, man. I'm cool. Like I'm still good, you know. But I don't think anyone comes into anything expecting not to at least hit the finish line at least once. And I get it. Everybody can't win. But man, you talking about the authenticity of Allen Iverson just as a person. That dude bled for Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I think as an organization, and I get it, he came in during a time where hip-hop wasn't really accepted as a culture with the cornrows and the tattoos. Like, he really was if not the first one.
He changed the
game. He definitely changed the game. He brought that hip-hop element in there, and it kind of makes you wonder what did the big wigs at Philly think. Well, we know what they thought. Everybody know what they thought. It's what every person not of the hip-hop culture thought. At best, you thought it was strange or weird or you bucking the trend. So, but would they self-sabotage their own franchise? I don't know. I would hope not, but then again, you never know. I mean, billionaires could be petty too. So it's sad, and I think that he should have definitely went somewhere else.
There you have it, man. Corey, you know what time it is, man. Tell the people what time it is they don't know of the Zone Sports Podcast. What time is it, man?
For those who don't know, it is now time for the What the Hell segment. This is co-sponsored by my baby girl downstairs. Her name just so happened to be Corey. Go figure. And she co-sponsored this, and I try to do my daughter proud with this as I love her so. But Big V, I'm gonna tell you who didn't do themselves proud at all.
Who?
I wanna take a trip back to last weekend. Okay. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
Okay.
Big V, there was a game out in Germany. You may have heard of it. And it was the Bucks against Seattle.
Yep.
And around the third quarter, while your Bucks was up 14 to something, maybe 14-7. Anyway, I know it's the third quarter. And Todd Bowles, I'm assuming he's the head coach. I'm going to put some of it on him, decides to run the Philly special where Leonard Fournette lines up in the Wildcat, and they have Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. lined up as a wide receiver. And so keep in mind that they ran this before. I think Brady may have still been with New England. I can't remember. They ran the Philly special, and he just couldn't catch it, right? Okay, hey, look, wide receivers, if they caught 100% of the pass that was thrown to them, they'll be gone. At best, they'll be Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. But Big V, out there in Germany, that failed to materialize. Not only did it fail to materialize, Big V, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. is running, and he's running, and he's running some more, and then he slips. He falls on the ground, Big V. But that ain't enough. So he falls on the ground. He gets picked. He trips the guy with the ball who intercepted it because he can't catch him. Now, my conundrum is this. I'm always stuck into who to blame in scenarios like this, Big V. I would prefer to blame the Tampa Bay Bucks as a staff record label and as a mother effing crew. That's what I want to do. But then again, let me cut the owner some slack. He don't call the plays. Then I want to cut the general manager some slack. I don't think he called plays. Gets the team organized. He don't call plays, Big V. But then who does? Well, you probably got, Leftwich, offensive coordinator. He may have called it. I don't know who called it. But here's what I do know. The Buck stops with Todd Bowles. And I know who else the Buck stopped with, no pun intended. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. And see, Big V, that wasn't enough. So after he trips old buddy, he tweets out about it. And he basically, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. tweets, and I quote, "If I don't slip, that's Randy," who I'm assuming is the corner that was guarding him. "That's Randy over the top for 6." Well, Tom Brady, look, Tom Brady is a comedian nowadays on social media, so it's not that I'm taking the tweet seriously. But Thomas Thomas. I ain't calling him Tom Brady no more. I'm calling him Thomas. Thomas, you are an NFL legend. You are, by some people, not me, the greatest quarterback of all time, Thomas. And why do you allow for Todd Bowles and or Brian Leftwich to line you up in a Philly special yet again? Your track record as a wide receiver stinks. Thomas, you are too old to be lining up anywhere from a wide receiving standpoint at the age of 45. And you slip. I got news for you, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Brady, Patrick Brady Jr., excuse me. It don't matter if you had slipped or not. You still would have looked utterly ridiculous. Period. I don't know what the hell you thought you was trying to do. I don't know what the hell you think you need to do. But take it from me, from your good old folks at the Zone Sports Podcast. You don't need to do that shit ever again. You don't. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., Todd Bowles, Brian Leftwich, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to pause. What the hell? That's all I got. This is ridiculous. I can't do this anymore, man. What are you doing? I mean, he tripped him. He caught the interception and he throws his leg up like it's WWE. Like he's Sami Zayn or somebody, Big V. You can't do that. You can't do that. What the hell?
Oh my God.
Yeah, this stuff's starting to piss me off, man. I don't. The living legend, dude. Thomas Brady. There you go.
Can somebody please tell them that Tom does not run a 4-2 flat? Please stop thinking that he can catch this ball. Please stop lining him up outside as a receiver, going out for anything. Please just stop including him in all trick pass plays.
Please.
Just
take him off the field.
Before he hurt himself or somebody hurting him. Yo, what if they would have picked that off and it would have been open season on time? That's legal.
Luckily the Bucks won the game, but that is so besides the point at this point. This is horrible. Man. This is bad, Big V.
Bad. Oh my goodness, man.
I can't take it anymore. Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope y'all enjoy this episode of the Zone Sports Podcast. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Go eat some turkey now that y'all done watched this sports podcast. Or go watch some football, depending on when you're watching it. I know your tummy full. We'll be back next week, yo. Corey,
word up.
Enjoy Corey's first Thanksgiving, my G.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to holler at you on Saturday, my guy.
You got it, my brother. Prediction coming true. Peace.
Peace, y'all.